the story is still the move in Tesla. The story is still the incredible accretion of market value to this company's company over the last 4 weeks, which is well above now $300 billion.
Right.
That's the story. Hertz was a part of it. Unclear, like he asked. You don't know how much of it really was based on that or not. My guess is they will fulfill the contract. And he makes the same point he's made a number of times, which
I agree with you.
It's not a demand issue, it's a supply issue.
Okay, so why are people selling it? Which I think, by the way, is a mistake to sell.
Hello, Oracles. Oracle Tim here from Oracle Investments. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. So yesterday we saw a little bit of a dip in the Tesla stock, and it's bound to happen. After the euphoric rally we've been having, it's going to happen. And I want to hear from all of you as to how you handled it and how you're going to handle when it does, turn red some of these days. It's going to happen. Are you selling? Are you buying more on the dip? Are you just holding through it? What are your options through this? Jim Cramer's suggestion here is do not sell. It's a mistake to sell it. And honestly, I didn't. I bought the dip. And if it dips more, I will buy more. That's just my strategy for Tesla going long term.
Because what's going to happen is retail. We're in a moment.
It's up 52% in a month, maybe?
Yeah, but I talked about this last night. There's a couple of stocks, NVIDIA, which is owned by my charitable trustee. These are stocks, NVIDIA being metaverse. We can talk about that later with a really interesting interview
with Eric Schmidt.
But, Carl, they're these stocks that are, I call them anointed stocks. And the retail investor has decided it really doesn't matter. Like I saw a Tesla last night, white Tesla, looked very nice. Retail investor says, "Ooh, look at that! I've seen 2 Teslas today. Let's go buy some Tesla," or they buy a fractional share of Tesla.
I'm curious. Do you guys go by signs? Like, I know we all have different mentalities about things, but if you're walking around and you're like, I saw like 4 Teslas today. Maybe that's a sign to go buy some more Tesla stock. Is that something you guys follow? Let me know in the comments below if that's something you guys do. Because I know for me, that is something that I go with. I like signs. I pay attention to little signs all the time. So let me know if you guys do the same.
And they're not buying fractional shares of other stocks. Retail investors being driven a lot by what we would call ESG. They think that I want to make a statement. I want to buy something that cleans the environment. So the retail investor is very oriented toward morals and ethics. It's very quite different from what we're used to.
That's exactly what Jonas said a few weeks ago, that there is a contributing influence where Tesla is seen by many as the main event akin to a full-stack sustainable ETF.
Tesla being its own ETF is something I'd heard before, and another reason why I just solidified my belief and my conviction in Tesla. It really has everything in it all as one. If you're buying an ETF, you're buying a bunch of, little pieces of stocks that are all over the market and are all over like a piece of a section. Maybe it's the energy or it's EVs. And Tesla really has everything in it, but from energy. It's got transportation. It's got software. It's got insurance. I mean, you add all these things together and talk about a well-diversified ETF. Tesla is a well-diversified ETF all in itself.
I was Morgan Stanley.
Well, look, I think that the only difference would be if you deal with like a plug power would say, listen, we're green hydrogen. Tesla plugs into a system that is not necessarily all green by any means, David. You know that our system in our country is hardly green. And when I was called a hologram by the fight that I had with Musk at dinner, David, was about the notion that if you plug into the regular utility system, I mean, it's a farce to think that, therefore, the skies are green. It has to be solar. But, of course, he's addressed that.
He has. He's addressed a lot of things.
He's addressed a lot.
Tesla's an incredible story. We talk about it a lot because of that. And Musk is probably the most consequential business figure on the planet right now.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Carl, you agree?
I mean,
most consequential person in business today.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's hard not because of SpaceX. If it was just Tesla, all right, maybe Bezos still, maybe you could, Zuckerberg and what he's doing. Oh man, that's scary.
But we'll get there.
But because Musk is also got
he's the
SpaceX
driver
and everything else. I mean, we talk about him a lot. You know what?
He deserves it.
This Hertz deal, whether they're buying him a retail or there should have been a coup. Honestly, who cares?
Well, look, I mean, Rivian's going to come public, right? Rivian has 100,000 order, or
Yes.
100,000 vehicle order from Amazon.
What are your thoughts on Rivian and the Ford F-150 Lightning that are coming out? You know, do you think it's going to be anything that's going to give Tesla a challenge and the Cybertruck a challenge? Or do you think it's going to be something that's good for the market and good for the whole EV sector in itself to give people diversity and say, hey, look, trucks can be electric. Let's try the Cybertruck. Let me know down below.
Rivian is losing billions of dollars every year.
Well, okay. People have lost billions of dollars buying anything other than Tesla.
Right, but it's a capital-intensive business. You got to spend the money initially, and we'll see whether this becomes a huge player in the EV market for pickups and SUVs.
Well, we know that Ford has a full line of pickups, and Ford, as Jim Farley has said, look, we're going to own that section of the market. People are waiting for Tesla's pickup. But I mean, David's right. What's happened is people want to be EV. Now, what's happened is, let's say you call in the lightning round of Mad Money. You say, look, I like QuantumScape, or I like ChargePoint. I mean, I just say, listen, just go buy Tesla. Just go buy Tesla. You can say buy Enphase Energy if you want to buy solar, which was my leader of last month. Yeah. But, Carl, I just find that there are people who literally are voting and buying with their dollars, as if somehow if you buy shares in Lucid, it's going to be good for Lucid and the environment. Like, I never bought a stock because it was going to be good for the environment. Now it is front and central. MSCI, S&P, they're all rating it. Soon the SEC is going to rate it. It's not greenwash anymore. It's about what are you doing, carbon footprint. And people want to buy. When I got to be like GXO came on this, logistic company, says, we're going to be highly rated by MSCI. People care. And I think we have to, older people have to start recognizing that younger people are less interested in EPS and more interested in green hydrogen, hence the move in plug power.
My personal take on this is Jim is right. You know, I look at like my generation and younger, and I'll call them, millennials or the Lord of the Rings generation. And, think about how many millennials are out there, starting up their own breweries, and they're, trying to live, the lifestyle where it's self-sustaining. They've got their own farms and their own gardens and everything in there. We're just a bunch of hobbits, honestly. And that's why we are investing like hobbits. And we go out there and we're going to invest in companies that are going green, that are going to be good for the environment. And that's what we all want. And as Jim said, the older generation, that's not who they are. That's not what they were raised to be. There's nothing wrong with them or anything like that. It's just that that's not what they were used to. That's just not their lifestyle. And so we're moving into generations where this is the lifestyle. And we're actually going to get to a point where the SEC is going to start putting regulations on these things. So investing in these companies like Tesla, I also own stock in Enphase. It's one of my favorite plays for solar. And you invest in these stocks going forward because we're literally investing in our future and the health of ourselves and our children. And gotta be honest with you, I've listened to Jim Cramer a lot, and I don't think I have ever in one sit-down conversation he has had with people say so many times, don't sell Tesla. It's a mistake to sell Tesla. Just buy Tesla. Just buy Tesla. And I mean, you know what? The more I see him turning that corner, I'm seeing more bears turning bulls and more people just understanding what Tesla is all about, and that is creating a better life for everyone. And that is one of the reasons why I have such high conviction in Tesla and why I'm investing more money into it, because I'm not just investing in a company to earn money back in stock. I'm investing in the future. I'm investing in the betterment of humanity for everyone. And that is my belief for Tesla and what their vision is for the future. Let me know down in the comments below, why are you investing in Tesla? What are your convictions? What are your reasons behind investing? It's like I said, mine is because I'm investing in the future. It could be anything. Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate all of your support. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below if you would like. Like this if you enjoyed this, and I will see you all later.